Hello, I'm Chris Tonkel. I am in the MS Agronomy program through Iowa State. For my creative component, I'm doing my project on drones, kind of looking at them as they stand in 2024 and how we use them in agriculture, and then kind of looking at the advantages, disadvantages, and kind of the protocols and safety pieces that you have to use to operate them. So today out here we are at one of the cornfields in west central Indiana, kind of showing you what the operation actually looks like for Keystone Cooperative, the company that I work for. Over here you'll see that we have a spray trailer that is fully set up to do an operation. So as we go over here, you'll see we've got the trailer on the back of a flatbed here. So on the bottom part of the trailer, you're gonna see we have our power. So we'll have two generators. What those are doing is one of them is actually making sure that they have batteries that they can charge and keep rolling as they're doing through the operation. The second one is actually connected to their pumps. So in this back tank right here, we're gonna have our carrier. This is what basically making sure they actually have enough volume to get through the field. Generally it's gonna be water. And then in the tub and everything, you'll actually have the chemical that they'll mix into the batching piece. Once that's all batched up, they'll actually run it up to the top and be able to fill the drones as they operate. So the reason for the setup too is that upper deck is so that they actually can see, have sign of light there to actually see the drone as they're flying, be able to do that. That is part of the safety protocol. As you have your Part 107 license, you have to be able to see the drone as you're flying it. So this is kind of a basic setup of what a spray trailer looks like as we get into the drone operations. It's starting to become a much more popular option due to the fact that you can spray into smaller fields rather than a plane or a high rig clearance sprayer. And then you also can do later into the season, as we are now. We're a couple weeks from harvest. They're actually still able to go out and spray. In this case, burr cucumber. The most common thing you're going to see though sprayed with these drones is a fungicide application. So one of the neat things with these drones is the ability to fly on acres that maybe you haven't been able to get to in the past. So generally with an airplane or helicopter application, a lot of times you're seeing them almost dive in, and you're having that front and the back sections of the fields that maybe aren't getting an application, or if you are in a heavy wooded area, you can't always get into those areas at all. So what's neat about the drone is it allows us to actually get into those sections that you couldn't before. So with it only flying 20 to 40 feet above the crop canopy, you have the ability to get all the way around the field, even getting really close to those wooded edges. So that's one of the nice things with them. It actually, your coverage increases. And then with those propellers itself, it has the ability to actually push the application down into the canopy to get better coverage that way as well. So there's a couple different ways that it has advantages over the airplane and the helicopter. Now, on the flip side of that is the amount of acres that you can actually cover in a day. So with this setup, we actually have two drones up on top of the trailer. Depending on the acres that you're applying, whether that be, you know, super wooded or a little more open, you're somewhere in that 500 acres a day, depending on the actual acres that you're applying on. Whereas with something like an airplane, you can easily be over 1,000 acres, maybe even up to 2,000 to 3,000 acres a day, depending on where you're applying as well. So there is a little bit of difference on the amount of acres you can cover, but the drone has the ability to get better coverage on the acre itself and get to those acres that maybe have never seen a fungicide application before.